Welcome back. iJust Cards, episode 18. It's episode 18. And this week, we're going to do Skybox 9192. Last episode, we did Skybox 9091. So this week, we can kind of compare the differences. Obviously, the 9192, a little bit cleaner with the white background. So for TTM, the autographs should pop a little better than the other ones. So this week, we got a little stack. I didn't have a lot of these cards growing up, so I only sent out a couple. So first up, we got Cliff Livingston. We got Alan Bristow. We got Anthony Bonner. We got Mike Schuler. We got Marcus Liberty. And to wrap it up, we got Jimmy Rogers. So, let's dig in. Okay, let's dig in here. First up, Cliff Livingston. Obviously, part of those Bulls teams, those 91-92 teams, got 2 rings with them. He played a bulk of his career with Atlanta, but, right place, right time. I believe I sent him one of each, so let me see. Yep. So first up, let me show you the 90-91 Skybox that we did last week. So if you haven't seen that episode, go back to episode 17, check those out. So that's, the black on the black. Still pops, though. And then here is the 91-92 Skybox. So obviously, they got those funky designs in the background. And that's what made these Skybox sets just iconic. Check out the back there. So we can compare the two here real quick. And they're just a fun set. You can probably scoop, a box of these sealed, probably anywhere from 20, 30, 40 bucks. Not going to be worth a whole lot, but to send out, why not? So thank you, Mr. Livingston. Appreciate that. Next up, Alan Bristow. Alan Bristow, he played in the 70s, 80s, and he coached the Hornets for a number of years. He was actually, if you look at it, he was part kind of the upward trend of those Hornets teams, and then obviously Dave Collins took over after and had more success, but Alan Bristow, let's see the blue ink here. That one pops on that one. So you got to give him credit for, being one of those expansion teams that came out of it. So thank you, Mr. Bristow. Appreciate that. Next up, Anthony Bonner. Anthony Bonner, Knicks, Kings, just, a force on the glass. He actually led NCAA, I believe it was the 89-90 season in rebounding. So let's check out the card here. Skybox 91-92. The blue ink. I like that one. That one pops on that one. Looks like he's with the Kings on that one. Like the back and street clothes. And that's what was cool about these sets too, is they kind of had the backs. They were just different. It wasn't your normal shots. Thank you, Mr. Bonner. Appreciate that. Next up, Mike Schuler. Mike Schuler, head coach, assistant coach for many years. He started in Portland, didn't have a whole ton of success. Rick Adelman took over, and obviously, those Adelman teams, they were a force. And I remember Schuler, he was an assistant with the Timberwolves for a couple seasons in the 90s. Let's check out the card. Oh, we're going to switch it up. We got black ink. It looks like he's with the Clippers on this one, so that must have been before he came to the Tundra here. Thank you, Mr. Schuler. Appreciate that. Next up, Marcus Liberty. Now, Marcus Liberty, remember more from Illinois. He was with the Nuggets, played a couple years. Nothing too major, but let's check out the card. Oh, let's see here. With them Nuggets. Those, here they wouldn't be considered throwbacks, but those are pretty sweet. The signature, he's got a pretty sweet signature on the black ink there. It's a pretty cool one. the warm-up unis. So thank you, Mr. Liberty. Appreciate that. Last up, Jimmy Rogers. Now, Jimmy Rogers, he assistant coach with the Boston Celtics in the 80s, won a couple rings in there on their bench. He took over for K.C. Jones, didn't have a lot of success. They got rid of him, and then the Timberwolves swooped on him. This one's getting a little sticky here. See if I can get it through. But you know, Jimmy Rogers came here, not a lot of success with those early Timberwolves teams, and none of those teams had success. So let's check out the card here. Oh, looks like another black ink. The X's and O's in the background. That one pops on that one. And Jimmy Rogers actually holds the record. He has the worst winning percentage of all Timberwolves coaches in history. So that's pretty cool. So thank you, Mr. Rogers. Appreciate that. Looks like that wraps up episode 18. iJust Cards. Don't forget to like, dislike, subscribe, share, comment. And until next time, iJust Cards. Take care.